Have you ever felt weighed down by the past? Like you're carrying this invisible backpack, and inside, it's not filled with useful things, but with rocks. Each rock a regret, a mistake, a painful memory, something you just can't seem to shake off. It gets heavy, doesn't it? We all have those moments, those experiences that cling to us. It's like driving down a beautiful road, but instead of enjoying the scenery, you're constantly staring in the rearview mirror, fixated on what's already behind you. You miss the vibrant colors, the changing landscape, the opportunities unfolding right in front of you. Or picture a river, a powerful force of nature. But instead of flowing towards the vastness of the ocean, it gets caught in an eddy, endlessly circling back on itself, never progressing, never reaching its full potential. Think of a magnificent tree in the fall. Beautiful, yes, but if it stubbornly clings to every dead leaf, refusing to let them go, it can't make room for the new growth of spring. It holds itself back. We do that too sometimes. We hold on so tightly to what was that we prevent ourselves from becoming what could be. But what if there was a different way? What if we could learn to lighten that load, to see the road ahead, to flow freely, to allow for new growth? Taoism offers a beautiful and surprisingly practical path towards that freedom. It introduces us to concepts like wu-wei and acceptance. Now, these might sound a little unfamiliar, but the ideas behind them are incredibly simple and powerful. Wu-wei is often translated as effortless action or non-striving. It's not about being lazy, it's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of things. Think of a snowboarder carving down a mountain. They're not fighting the slope, they're using its contours, using gravity, to create a graceful, almost effortless descent. They're working with the mountain, not against it. Or consider a master calligrapher. Their brushstrokes aren't forced or rigid, they flow onto the paper, guided by intuition and a deep connection to the art, a letting go of preconceived control. Then there's acceptance, true acceptance of the present moment. Imagine a chameleon effortlessly blending into its surroundings. It doesn't resist the colors or textures around it. It adapts, it accepts, it becomes one with its environment. Or picture a dry riverbed during a drought. It doesn't fight the absence of water. It understands that this is a natural part of the cycle, that the rains will eventually return. It's an acceptance of what is, without struggle. Look at milkweed seeds floating freely on the wind. They don't resist. They are moved and they are free. They accept and therefore have no effort to move. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are the heart of a philosophy, a way to be, where the load of the past become lighter. As Lao Tzu said, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. This is the essence of wu-wei and acceptance, working together. So how do these principles, this effortless action and this radical acceptance, actually help us to let go of the past? Let's start by looking at the past itself. We often think of our memories as perfect recordings, like a video camera capturing everything exactly as it happened. But the truth is, the past is more like a story we tell ourselves. And like any story, it can be edited, reinterpreted, even embellished, often without us even realizing it. Think about two people witnessing the same event. Ask them to describe it a week later, and you'll likely get two very different accounts. Our perspectives, our emotions, our existing beliefs, they all color how we remember things. A photograph, once vibrant and clear, fades and changes over time. Our memories are much the same, constantly shifting, subtly altered by the passage of time and our own internal processes. Consider a garden. Old plants decompose, their nutrients returning to the soil, nourishing new growth. The past, in a way, can be like that, providing the foundation for something new, even if the original form is gone. Or the majestic sand dunes of the desert, constantly reshaping themselves, sculpted by the wind, never fixed, never permanent. This impermanence, this constant change, is a fundamental truth, and it applies to our memories and their emotional weight too. The Taoist perspective embraces this impermanence. Everything changes. It's a fundamental law of the universe. Trying to hold on to the past is like trying to clench water in your fist. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. It is only letting go that allows you to hold something. Think of the seasons. Each one, spring, summer, autumn, winter, is beautiful and necessary in its own way. But none of them last forever. They transition, they flow, one into the next. A river is always flowing, always changing its course, yet it remains, fundamentally, a river. A child grows, transforming from infant to toddler to adolescent to adult. Each stage is precious, but to try and stop that growth, to cling to one particular phase, would be unnatural and ultimately harmful. Even our breath is a constant cycle of letting go and receiving, inhaling and exhaling, a continuous rhythm of change. The past, those rocks in our backpack, they only truly exist in our minds. The only place we can truly live, truly act, truly create is right now in this present moment. This is where our power lies. This is where we align ourselves with the Tao, the natural way of things, which is always unfolding in the here and now. Imagine a chef completely absorbed in preparing a meal. They're not dwelling on past culinary mistakes or worrying about future reviews. They're fully present, focused on the feel of the ingredients, the aromas, the precise movements of their hands. Or an artist, lost in the flow of creation, painting, sculpting, writing, unburdened by past failures or expectations of future success. They're simply in the process. Think of a child at play, completely engrossed in their game, without a single thought of yesterday or tomorrow. They are the embodiment of pure present moment awareness, and it's something we can all cultivate. It might be as simple as truly feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, really listening to the sound of birds singing, or savoring the taste of your food. It's about bringing our full attention to what is, right here, right now. Because that's where freedom lies. That's where the weight of the past begins to dissolve. So how do we practically apply these Taoist principles to start letting go? How do we cultivate this present moment awareness that dissolves the weight of the past? There are several powerful practices, all rooted in the ideas of Wu Wei and acceptance, that can help. One of the most accessible is mindfulness meditation. It doesn't have to be complicated. Simply find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Thoughts will inevitably arise. Memories, worries, plans. That's perfectly normal. The key, the Wu Wei aspect, is to simply observe them, like clouds passing in the sky, without judgment, without getting carried away. Just gently guide your attention back to your breath again and again. Another powerful tool is journaling. Write down those past experiences that are weighing you down. Get them out of your head and onto paper. Then, and this is important, find a way to symbolically release them. You might safely burn the paper, taking all necessary precautions, of course, or visualize the words dissolving into water or floating away like balloons. This act of letting go, this physical representation of release, can be incredibly liberating. It's a conscious act of acceptance and allowing. Spending time in nature is another powerful way to connect with the Tao, with the natural flow of things. Observe the constant change around you, the rustling leaves, the flowing water, the shifting clouds. Notice how nature doesn't cling to the past, it continuously adapts and transforms. Let that be your teacher. Make a conscious effort to practice gratitude. Each day, take a few moments to focus on what is good in your life right now. What are you thankful for? This simple practice shifts your focus from past regrets and disappointments to the blessings of the present moment. It's a powerful antidote to dwelling on what was. Finally, consider exploring practices like Qigong or Tai Chi. These ancient mind-body disciplines cultivate present moment awareness through gentle, flowing movements. They embody Wu Wei in physical form, teaching you to move with grace, ease, and a deep connection to your body and your surroundings. These are just a few starting points. The key is to find practices that resonate with you, that you can incorporate into your daily life. It's not about erasing the past. It's about changing your relationship with it, about choosing to live fully in the present, guided by the wisdom of the Tao. Letting go of the past isn't about pretending it didn't happen. It's not about erasing memories or denying emotions. It's about choosing to no longer be defined by them. It's about embracing the Taoist principles of acceptance, of flowing with life like water, of recognizing the beautiful impermanence of all things. It's about understanding that the past is a story, and while we can't change the chapters that have already been written, we can choose how we interpret them, how we carry them, and most importantly, how we write the chapters to come. Imagine a ship leaving the familiar harbor behind. It doesn't forget the harbor, it simply sets sail for a new destination, embracing the open sea, the adventure that lies ahead. Or picture a bird soaring high above the ground, free from the confines of its nest. It remembers the nest, the place of safety and nurturing, but it's no longer bound by it. It's free to explore, to fly, to live fully in the vastness of the sky. This is the freedom that awaits you. A life lived fully in the present moment, guided by the wisdom of the Tao. A life where the weight of the past is replaced by the lightness of being. So you've loosened your grip on the past. That's essential. But simply letting go isn't always enough. What happens when you still feel stuck, adrift, unsure of which direction to take? How do you move from releasing to actively creating the life you want? Join us on next video as we explore how Taoist principles can provide the clarity, the momentum, and the inner compass you need to get unstuck and start moving forward with purpose.